Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing well. I hope you had a fantastic New Year's Eve and I hope you didn't get too drunk. But anyway guys, we're in the new year now, 2023. I hope all your dreams, your wishes, everything that comes true. And I just want to say thank you so much for the last couple of months. Like, I've really enjoyed myself interacting with quite a lot of you guys, and I just hope and pray that this channel continues to grow. So as you can tell by today's title, Leeds United managed to pick up a valuable point against Newcastle, who were pretty much going for 7 consecutive wins in a row. But Leeds United were classed as stubborn. Leeds United were very stubborn when it came to the defending area. I mean, the first half was very frantic. Like, I don't know whether I'm happy or disappointed with the result, because both teams were poor, in my opinion, throughout the full game. Second half from both sides were a little bit better, but at the same time I still think it was a very poor match between the two. But in my opinion, I feel like it was very important for us to pick up anything, whether it was 3 points or whether it was a point, due to the fact that with the likes of Everton, Wolverhampton Wanderers and Southampton all dropping points as well. So if we got all 3 points, that would have been amazing. I would have been over the moon. But a point is better than nothing. We moved up a position. We are now 3 points above the drop zone, plus goal difference, so we can say it's 4 points. So overall, the first half, I don't know how to like go about it, because there wasn't really much to talk about. I know Leeds went for the 4-2-3-1 formation, which I thought Jesse Marsch would have gone for the 4-3-3 formation, with the likes of Adams coming back and Ayling replacing Rasmus Christensen. So it was pretty much a 4-2-3-1 system and a 4-3-3 system for Newcastle, and there wasn't really much to talk about. Like, there was a couple of occasions where Newcastle managed to break the back line with a couple of over the top through balls, and it didn't really come off. So I feel like in the first half, Leeds United did defend very well. We was very compact again, but it's just the same old thing, isn't it? Like, what we are in a sense crying out for not to happen is how frantic we are. Like, I personally don't like fast-paced football. Like, I've never really had the confidence in it, especially with how frantic and I guess no structure when it comes to the attacking third, because it's like as soon as we've got the ball, it's like, okay, we've got to be up the field within like a couple of seconds, and I don't like that. And there was a couple of occasions in the first half against Newcastle where we rushed it, and we didn't need to. We didn't need to continuously boot the ball up or just play pinball football. Like, there was a couple of occasions where we could have controlled the possession. We could have slowed down the game, because Newcastle wasn't really pressing us. And this is what I said in my match preview. Like, Newcastle will press when they need to press. They're not one of these teams who will go out and press for the full 90 minutes like we do. And there was a couple of occasions where I felt like Leeds United could have had more control, they could have had more composure when it came to the likes of the possession base, and instead they go for this frantic stuff all the time. Like, fair enough, it worked to some extent when we was off the ball, because obviously when we're off the ball we play very well in the transitional area, because we press and press and press, make the team make a mistake, and then that's it. We'll get the transition, and then we can either counter-attack and we can go and score or whatnot. And I feel like Leeds United did that well in the first half, because it made Newcastle rush a little bit more. Leeds United didn't really give Newcastle much time to play their way. So I guess the man management from Jesse Marsch was well worked. But I thought Aronson was poor again today. I mean, ever since the Chelsea game, I feel like he's been bang average. He hasn't really impressed me. He's just been like one of these players who's been floating around, and I feel like he's too weak as well. Like, every time I watch him play, he just goes down all the time, and I'm getting a little bit fed up with him, because I'm not discrediting him, because he is a good player, but he's just been a bit average for us at the moment. Rodrigo's quiet again, apart from that one chance that he had to make Pope's save. And I feel like Struijk, I know in my pre-recorded video the other day I said that Almiron will give Struijk a hard game, but I feel like Struijk, it was the other way around. I feel like Struijk did well. I feel like he kept Almiron quiet. Chris Wood was quiet, and I feel like the whole back four did a very good job today. There was a lot of composure with the back four. There was a couple of occasions where Newcastle broke the line, and had a couple of clear-cut chances, but then again, Meslier is a top-class goalkeeper, so we have a lot of confidence in Meslier to help the team. But I feel like in both sets of halves, the match was frantic. There was no control from either side. I know Newcastle towards the end in the second half were a lot better, and I was honestly really nervous when it came to that, because Newcastle put, in a sense, they turned up the tempo, didn't they? They pressed a little bit more, the amount of chances that they had, but there was nothing to really say that either side was going to win that game, because it had 0-0 written all over it. And I was saying to my partner, it's just like, well, if this second half was going to be like the first half, then it was boring, man. Like, Leeds didn't really have any clear-cut chances. Newcastle, yes, there was a better side in the second half, but the amount of times they skied it or put it wide, it never really fully tested the Meslier in our goal. And to be honest with you, with how Jesse Marsch set up, I was kind of surprised as well, because usually we play a high line in this system, and Jesse Marsch didn't really play, or didn't tell Leeds to play a high line, because Newcastle couldn't get in behind our defence, and I was very happy with that. And the way Jesse Marsch handled the game by taking Adam Forshaw off as well at half time to bring Mark Rocker on. I know in the Man City game I praised Forshaw because he was very positive. I felt like he introduced himself back from injury in the positive manner, whereas in this game I feel like he played a little bit more negative, like he constantly was playing balls backwards. And I know Adam Forshaw is like that, he'll play to the side or he'll play backwards, and I don't know, I don't really like that. And then again, Mark Rocker, when he came on, I didn't really think he was that impressive either, to be honest with you. And I don't know, Adams played well in my opinion, the back four played well, they kept the shape very well, but I'd say Newcastle towards obviously the end of the second half was a lot better. I know Leeds United are constantly playing well or performing well against the top 4 or top 6 teams, and I'm just hoping that we can continue, especially against the likes of West Ham when we play them on is it the 3rd? I think it's the 3rd. But yeah, this is just a quick little preview. I'm very satisfied with the point. It's an extra point gained, and I hope you are too. Leave your comments below. I want to know your opinion about the game, whether you're a Newcastle fan, whether you're a Leeds fan. I just want to know what your thoughts about the game was. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.